Hello and welcome to this Town Hall Update. I'm Jeff Barn from ACMi. As always, we have Town Manager Jim Feeney joining us. We certainly appreciate you coming in. A lot of things to discuss. What's funny is when I'm covering news, even if it's not Town Hall related, I see you in so many places. You're involved in you're ubiquitous, which is great.
Even here at ACMi.
And now you're here, so we certainly appreciate it. We have two transportation projects to discuss. A reminder that Fossil Fuel-Free Bylaw takes effect in just a few more days. We have National Public Works Week, Global Accessibility Awareness Day. We have Memorial Day, which is coming up on Monday the 27th. First, you were at a housing roundtable on the state level. Tell us about it and what should residents know?
Sure, Jeff. Yeah, I was very fortunate to be included with a number of municipal leaders from across the state with sort of a kickoff campaign that was being hosted by Governor Healey and Lieutenant Governor Driscoll last week as they launched the Affordable Homes Act and recognized the work that municipalities are doing to help resolve or do their part to work towards a resolution to the housing crisis. And Arlington has been certainly doing its fair share over the past few years in terms of adopting accessory dwelling units by right, moving to pursue an MBTA Communities Act compliant bylaw in advance of the deadline. But, one of the things that the Affordable Homes Act will allow for is a local legislative adoption of a real estate transfer fee. And that is something that has been of interest to Arlington for a few years now. In fact, since 2021, when we passed home rule legislation that is sort of stalled out in the legislature, but this new proposed legislation will allow for municipalities to adopt that. And that's something that our Affordable Housing Trust has long wanted so that we can identify additional funding sources to put towards the creation of affordable units.
And that's something that's very much in the forefront town-wide, so we'll be on top of that. Obviously, a lot of things to get to transportation-wise. First, let's start with the Mass Ave Bus Priority Lane extension.
Sure. So actually starting next week on the 20th and hopefully concluding on the 24th, weather permitting, the MBTA, in partnership with the town, will be working to expand the priority bus lane in East Arlington. So specifically, we'll be extending the outbound shared bus bike lane on Mass Ave from the Alewife Brook Parkway to Lafayette Street, and then extending the inbound shared bus bike lane from Boulevard Road to the Alewife Brook Parkway. Fortunately, we'll also have the opportunity during the extension of the bus bike lane to install a rectangular rapid flash beacon, which is a proven pedestrian safety enhancement measure. And that'll be at the Lafayette Street crosswalk in front of CVS, which is a very heavily traversed crosswalk. So it'll be good to increase pedestrian safety at that location. And there will be a permanent turn restriction placed at the end of Boulevard Road, so you can't make a dangerous left turn from Boulevard out onto Mass Ave. So excited to get this project off the ground. We received funding for this project back in 2022 from MassDOT, awarded just shy of $134,000 to the town and the MBTA to improve transit priority and pedestrian safety in this area. So we're just wanted to let folks know that that was going to be happening next week. No detours. There will be parking impacts that will be posted and signed, and there may be some temporary relocation of bus stops that the MBTA will work to alert riders of, but will also be signed and posted in the area.
All right, that's a busy intersection, that busy crosswalk there too, especially in front of the CVS. Something we've covered ad nauseum on the news is the Mass Ave Appleton Street Safety and Accessibility Corridor project. What's the update on that?
Yeah, I mean, you said it right. I mean, it seemingly for years now we've been gathering, community input, engaging stakeholders, meeting after meeting. We finally have a final design. It is available on the town's website. Very pleased to wrap this process up and sort of have a vision for what this corridor could look like in terms of safety and accessibility for those using all modes of transportation. So the next formal step will actually be hopefully in front of the select board on Monday the 20th, seeking support for a letter that they will sign on to that we can submit to MassWorks, which is a pretty sizable state grant program for significant improvement projects like this. That deadline is on June 5th for application. So we will be seeking that letter of support on Monday is the next step. And if we are successful in seeking those grant funds, we would hear sometime in the fall of this year. And if successful, we would hope to be underway with making some of those improvements come spring of calendar year 2025.
Yeah, that's good. At least things are moving along there. There's a lot of concern, obviously, between the bicyclists, pedestrians, students leaving right there with the crosswalks, and obviously the motorists. So looking forward to seeing some updates on that. All right, we have a reminder that the Fossil Fuel-Free Bylaw will be taking effect in just a few days.
Sure.
You have to say that slowly.
Yeah, so as a reminder, right, we are one of those 10 communities that are allowed to participate across the state in this fossil fuel-free demonstration pilot project.
Wow.
And that will begin on, or be effective on May 21st. And what that means and what we're just hoping to remind folks of is, as of that date, construction permit projects, building permit applications after that date for new construction or major renovations will not be in a position to install fossil fuel infrastructure and equipment as of that date.
All right, sounds good. And let's move right along here with National Public Works Week. What can we expect and what should residents know?
Sure. So what you can expect is during the week next week, it starts on May 19th, that we will be doing a big push on social media to highlight how each division within Public Works advances the quality of life for all who live, work, and visit Arlington. As the theme this week, as picked by the American Public Works Association, is advancing the quality of life for all. And I know that the work done by our Public Works folks extends into every corner of Arlington every single day. You can't, turn on your tap, flush your toilet, look at a tree, walk on a sidewalk, drive on a road without, touching the work of our dedicated Public Works professionals who carry out these vital operations, 365 days a year, around the clock, with oftentimes little disruption to our daily lives. So they do their job, smoothly and cleanly, and we're very grateful for them. So stay tuned for some social media activity on that front.
That's good. I gave them a plug on their website. They do good work. They top my Christmas list, so I agree with you 100%. All right, we have Global Accessibility Awareness Day. Tell us about that.
That is today.
You're here for the rest of the day, incidentally. Yeah, we have too many topics to cover.
Yeah, that is today, May 16th, Global Accessibility Awareness Day, which the purpose of is to get everyone talking, thinking, and learning about digital access and inclusion. So this has become a higher priority for the town in recent years. We do have an online ADA strategy and training plan, and it relies heavily on a third-party software called Site Improve that lives on, scans, and scores the town's website. So pleased to report in the most recent review of our website that Site Improve gave us an ADA score of 82.6, which is up from 73.4 during this time last year. So we are making significant strides. We certainly have a goal to keep improving on a continuous basis, and we hope to reach 90 or above in the coming years. Obviously, there's more to learn, and digital compliance continues to change, and the rules for which are applied also change over time. But I am grateful for the progress we've made. I know for a long time we were making efforts with respect to the built environment and curb ramps and door automation at our buildings and accessible walking paths at our parks. But there's this whole other world of our local government, which is simply information that lives on the web, and making sure that that is accessible. So our staff have been very receptive to making changes in their daily workflow that will permit our information to be more accessible for all. So this will be, a continued goal for us, and I just wanted to acknowledge the work we've done to date, but also that there is always more to do.
Yeah, substantial improvements, though, within that one-year period. Good for you. Last but not least, the 27th of May is Memorial Day, and it's a wonderful tradition. I've had the honor of covering that every year, so tell us about that coming up on Monday the 27th.
Sure, and thank you, Jeff, for always covering it. But yeah, on Monday, Memorial Day, we will have our annual gathering of remembrance at Town Hall. Doors will open at 8:30 in the morning. Ceremony kicks off at 9 a.m. As always, we have a robust program, and we hope to conclude at Town Hall at approximately 9:45 a.m., at which point we will move through the Town Hall garden to the old burying ground for placement of decorations on the memorials there. And then, within an hour of that, we'll be proceeding down to the Mount Pleasant Cemetery, where we will conclude the festivities with a decoration of the various war memorial sites within the Mount Pleasant Cemetery. So we invite everyone to join us on that Day of Remembrance.
Yeah, I highly recommend that. Bill Hainer will be one of the speakers at that event, a Vietnam veteran. We just covered him and his story in Vietnam. It's fascinating. So anything else you want to add before I was just kidding. You don't have to stay here the whole day. We'd order lunch if you did, but I know you have things to do back at Town Hall. So anything else to add?
Nothing else. Thank you very much.
Is that it? Okay, you're invited anytime. We know how busy you are, and we certainly appreciate you coming here always into our studio and talking to us and giving the town an update.
Thank you for the time.
All right, appreciate it. All right, and that'll do it for Town Hall Update. I'm Jeff Barn with Town Manager Jim Feeney. Thanks as always for joining us. We will see you back here next week.